My name is Reginald Grant, and this is my channel Breadcrumbs. Thank you for joining me and for watching another episode of Breadcrumbs. If this is your first time watching my channel, just give you a little background history. I do have a introductory episode where I talk about history and I talk about why and what I do on my channel. Well, so basically I talk about and review and profile missing persons and homicide cases. I also talk about my dreams and visions that I've had over the years, and sometimes current events. So today I'm going to talk briefly about a case that I have done a episode on. It's regarding the disappearance of a retired Dallas firefighter named Michael Chambers of Quinlan, Texas. Now, Michael Chambers disappeared sometime in March of 2017. And he has yet to be found or heard of by his family since then. Again, I've done a little episode on it, but just to give a little brief update on it, I can tell you that I am a step closer to finding out what and where they disposed of his body. Now, I don't have any hard facts, so I'm going to just briefly update what I said, that I believe that he was murdered, and I also believe that it was more than one person. So the Hunt County Sheriff originally said that he committed suicide by riding his bike some 17 miles and jumping off a bridge. Well, no one ever found the bike, and that's a ridiculous story, but I've said that. So for now, like I said, I'm a step closer to finding out and bringing a conclusion to this mystery. What I really need, and if I could take the lead on this and get cooperation from either DA's office or the county sheriff office, subpoenas and search warrants, and let me go to work. But that's not likely to happen. But I will make attempts to see if there could be some type of collaboration or assistance that I can get from the authorities. Even though this is not classified as a crime or a homicide, I would have to go through the family and discuss the issues with them and get their permission and so on and so forth. But again, I will update and post any new facts or situations that happen in this case. So let's move on. So like I said, I talk about my visions and my dreams, and some of them they come in pieces. Some have been 10, 20, 30 years ago, and maybe even a little longer than that. And I said they come in pieces, and it's like a jigsaw puzzles, or you have to put them together. So some of them I only see like a scene or a clip to a very, very short movie, and sometimes only hear, and there's nothing visual that I can remember or relate to while I'm having this dream or vision. I'll give you an example. I hear words but there's nothing per se that I can recall during my dream that I can associate or tie to with particular words or phrases that I hear. And one of them, some of the words that I've heard is choice, option, sex, money, punishment, and I've even seen the written word. One of the written words, and I didn't hear, but I did see it written, the word was transportation. And I've seen written words like sanitation, but I have heard and seen the word sanitation in my spirit, in my dreams. And another thing that I have seen and heard is like I've had two separate dreams, and I'll hear a word or phrase, and then I'll have a vision of a picture that is or may be related to those particular words or phrases. So those are some of the words that I have heard, and like I said, I've seen some words that are written down. And another one that I've seen is SBUX. I've seen these particular letters written, and I've heard and seen the word Amazon. So not exactly sure what they are related to, but again, it comes in pieces and fragments, and I have to sort of put them together to formulate a picture for some purpose and reason. So I've talked about that, and let me talk about one of the dreams I've had probably several months ago. I was in some water, and I was helping some people get out of this water. And I don't know exactly where I was or what it was that I was doing. I was just helping them to try to get out of this water. And I was underwater, and I said, wait a minute. I don't have my scuba gear on, because I had been underwater for a while, and it just dawned on me that, I don't have my scuba gear on. I do scuba diving. But anyway, I was helping those people out, then I got out, and for some reason I was inside. And then when I came outside, I opened the door, went outside, and the wind was blowing. I mean, these were straight line winds, and what came to my mind was, where is my car? So I looked to the right, and I saw my car, and my car had two straps across it. These other cars are being blown around, but my car had two straps crossing over it as to hold it in place or to protect it. And then I looked to my left, and there was a wave of water coming. And I mean, I'm like, okay, but I wasn't afraid or anything like that. And then this big boulder hit the earth, boom. And then it rolled in the water, and then I saw another wave of water coming towards me. I never felt threatened or afraid, but I do know that this was a lot of water, and it was a raging wave of water. So that was the end of that particular dream that I had. And again, I've had multiple dreams. I've dreamed practically almost every day. Some I remember, some I don't remember. Some are in bits and pieces. And like I said before, it's like a big jigsaw like a puzzle, and I have to put the pieces together to make some sense of it, to get the understanding of what exactly the picture is. So, I've talked about some of the words. I've heard a lot of words and phrases, and not particularly not understanding exactly knowing what they mean, and as it relates to me or some other person, thing, or place, or situation, or circumstances. I do eventually figure it out and understand it, but it sometimes takes a while. Sometimes more pieces are needed in order to me to understand it. For instance, years ago, I saw this cruise ship, and this cruise ship had capsized, and all I know is that it said it was in American waters. So months later, I saw this, what looked like a fish. It was going at high speeds just beneath the surface of the water, and how it makes a little wake. And I didn't see what made it, but it is to me, that has something to do with that cruise ship that had capsized. To me, just from my own observation and thinking, that was a torpedo that hit that cruise ship. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but I cannot validate that. And of course, the first time I saw the cruise ship that it capsized, I was thinking about this Concordia, whatever this cruise ship is that capsized over in, I think it was over in the Mediterranean or somewhere towards Europe. I think it was a Spanish or Italian ship that had capsized, but this was many years ago. So anyway, that's just a brief overview of what I do and what I'm doing, and there's more to come. More of my dreams that I try to recall, and sometimes I write certain aspects of them down and try to piece them together. So I want to thank you for joining me. This is a little short, but I'm going to get into some longer ones later and discuss them. And some of the things that I see and hear are somewhat sensitive in nature, and not for young people, young adults, or kids. But I will forewarn, give a warning before I talk about them in the beginning of my episodes, so that parents or any person can decide whether or not whether it's right for kids, teenagers, or people under 18 to listen to this particular episode. So I want to thank you very much for joining me. Please stay tuned. You can always shoot me an email or post comments, suggestions, concerns, and questions at dowreggie@aol.com. And of course, when I get better at this technology thing, I will welcome your comments and, of course, suggestions. And even if you have any idea of a story that has been in the public or was in the public, shoot me an email, let me know. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate you joining me, and hope you will continue to watch future episodes. Thank you.